Good morning, everyone. I'm very glad and honored to be here sharing ideas, perspectives, and insights with such valuable scholars. And so today I'm going to talk about AI ethics, and I hope I can give you a more positive and optimistic view about artificial intelligence, because I firmly believe that through AI ethics we can build an authentic ecological civilization and can grasp a better understanding of the ecological risk and the anthropogenic issues. So, as we know, AI ethics has proven to be a very extraordinary resource for human development. But like every technological tool, it must be properly analyzed to avoid possible harmful consequences and misuses. Okay, so first of all, we may not fully realize it, but artificial intelligence is already everywhere. We use it for healthcare, transportation, marketing, politics, social interactions, education. So that is why here I define artificial intelligence as pervasive, because there is basically no human activity that at the moment is not filtered by artificial intelligence. Second, we must acknowledge that AI has seen an exponential acceleration and has reached an expected level of sophistication. So, since this is a very rapid advancement, we're not yet ready to fully grasp this potential, the limitations, and especially the risks of artificial intelligence. And that is why I define it as uncertain. At the same time, we should consider the effectiveness of AI as a valuable resource for both human and environmental development. Because, as you will see in the next slides, artificial intelligence can be very effective into analyzing and processing a massive amount of information, and so can be very useful even to predict unexpected consequences of our actions. For all of these reasons, I believe that philosophy and ethics in particular should explore AI in order to develop theoretical frameworks and to develop ethical designs of AI to avoid misusing artificial intelligence. So my work intends to focus on the capabilities, the potential of AI in the field of ethical inquiry, and in particular what AI can do to mitigate anthropogenic issues and to promote environmental development. I will emphasize the urgent need for ethical designs for AI, because without ethical designs, our risk is to misuse these tools and to have detrimental impact on ecological and human communities. As has been rightly noted by Professor Clayton yesterday, Anthropocene can be defined as an epoch or event in which human actions result in ecological harm. We all live in a time in which all of our actions can have very detrimental impact on the environment. Even insignificant actions like the purchase of a certain product, of food, clothes, even buying certain clothes that are produced by fast fashion industries, fast fashion factories, can be very harmful for the environment, or single-use plastic, can be very harmful for the environment. And this happens because the scope of human actions and morality has increased to the extent that we are capable of harming other ecosystems and other communities that are far away from us, not only geographically, but also temporally, because we're currently damaging human communities of third world countries, for example, but also at the same time the future generations that will inhabit this planet. So, since I've been doing research in the field of environmental ethics and AI ethics, I realized that AI can actually constitute very effective tools and resource to mitigate Anthropocene phenomena and help us build a brighter future for human and environmental development. So, for example, these are just a few examples of how AI can help us improving our knowledge of the environment and our knowledge of human behavior in order to mitigate ecological risks. For example, we have data analysis. Artificial intelligence can process, compare a massive amount of information in just a fraction of a second. Have you ever tried ChatGPT or other tools, similar tools? I think everyone, at least once, have tried ChatGPT. So you all know that we can acquire any kind of information from questions about astrophysics or truths about the universe to a very precise and detailed analysis of the lineage of the Jenner Kardashian family, so any kind of information, from useful to questionable information, in just, a fraction of a second. So this is a very interesting tool to predict what our actions will do to the environment. It can help us to compare different strategies and policies to understand which ones can be more effective to, for example, enhance our relationship with the environment and to avoid harmful situations for the environment. It can be very good for environmental monitoring because with the use of, for example, with the combination of drones and other technologies, artificial intelligence can effectively monitor environmental situations that are delicate and require specific attention. Also, it is very useful for public engagement and education. For example, we can use chatbots. We can implement chatbots in government websites so that anyone can acquire information about recycling, for example, or other kind of behaviors that can help us take care about the environment. So that is why it is also good for mitigation of the environmental risks. As we all know, I think it's pretty obvious now, our situation is critical, so we really need to employ all of our tools and our resources to avoid extinction, basically. Another interesting tool is behavioral analysis. So through the use of artificial intelligence with combination to other technologies, we can actually analyze human behavior, human reactions to certain moral situations. And through this analysis, we can perhaps better understand our relationships with the environment and also our human behavior in general. So I think it's very fruitful to understand why our body reacts in certain ways, in certain moral situations, and we can better understand how empathy works, for example, why we take care about certain animals instead of others. And behavioral analysis is a very extraordinary resource in this regard. I already talked about chatbots. So in order to have a positive impact with artificial intelligence employment, we really need to design ethical artificial intelligence, because otherwise all the risks that were already noticed by the previous caller can actually become reality. So here we have both ecological and ethical risks of AI. So first of all, ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence instruments consume a lot of energy. They produce a lot of heat, and hence they require effective cooling systems that as well drain a lot of energy. So we should be aware that when we use ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence tools, we are actually harming the environment. All of these machines require certain resources and produce certain waste, so they have a massive impact on the environment. These are the direct consequences. The indirect is that if not used well, AI can lead to like a more efficient exploitation of natural resources, but at the same time, this exploitation can be unsustainable. It can help us to enhance the production of goods, but this production, hyperproduction, we all know it's pretty harmful for the environment and for human communities. These are some ethical risks that we need to take into account. First of all, data bias. So when we use artificial intelligence, we tend to think, since they are excellent resources, we tend to think that they are perfect and they make no mistakes. But actually, AI is developed by certain people, certain countries, and AI inherits our personal biases from the data they are trained on. For example, we experience very often an important digital divide because there are some countries in the world that have a limited digital access and they lack digital tools. So in that case, the data we have, the data sets, are totally incomplete because the collection is very poor in certain countries. So we risk to have some designs, some AI tools that are trained on basically white privileged countries. We don't want that. We want a more diverse, a more complex comprehension of reality. So we need to take care about data bias in order to be sure that the data sets we have are as more complete as possible. Another problem that is related to the previous one is cultural representations, because, as I said, the data that we collect basically come from digitized countries. We might not experience very important information that come from indigenous communities. Someone yesterday talked about the importance of indigenous communities and a more diverse approach to the environment, culturally speaking. So with the communication between different communities and different approaches. Also, another big issue of AI is transparency. If we are not aware of how algorithms and artificial intelligence works, we don't know how they search information, if that's a legit way to search information, or the way they interpret and compare information. Like, for example, I've written an article about machine learning algorithms in social media, and I discovered that recommender system and machine learning algorithms employed in social media can result in artificial bubbles, filter bubbles, that may or may not endanger our deliberative capacity. So these are some unexpected consequences that we can experience with the use or misuse of artificial intelligence. Of course, there are also some mitigation strategies. For instance, with regard to the energy consumption, we can try to employ more efficient energetical systems. through the use of AI, actually, we can actually ask the AI to improve our ways of manage energy. Also, we need to learn how to ask questions and how to use artificial intelligence. And we need also algorithmic transparency, so we are fully aware of the use and the employment of artificial intelligence without the risk of being completely unaware of the consequences and risks of the artificial intelligence. In conclusion, I would like to say that philosophy so far has not proven to be completely effective with the analysis of, philosophy has not kept up a pace to fully understand this huge technological acceleration that we're currently experiencing. So I suggest we have a different approach compared to Hegel's. We shouldn't consider philosophy as the nervous owl that arrives at the end of history. We should consider philosophy and ethics in particular as a sentinel, a vigilant sentinel that is aware of history, but at the same time is able to grasp the problems of our time and find effective solutions. Thank you very much.